they journeyed onward, their familiar banter replaced by a focused quiet. The trail narrowed as they descended from the whispering winds at the peak into a deeper, more secluded part of the ridge. The air itself felt different here, heavier. Less like a simple breeze and more like a physical pressure forming around them, pressing in from all sides. It was an ancient, watchful place, and the silence seemed to hold its breath. Eddie, always the cautious one, tested the ground with a careful step. A faint, almost imperceptible tremor rippled beneath his foot. It wasn't strong enough to shake the entire ridge, but it was noticeable enough that he froze, his eyes widening slightly as he looked down. He signaled for Harper to stop. Harper, meanwhile, had her gaze fixed on her tablet. The readings flickered across the screen, patterns shifting in ways she hadn't seen before. She looked up, her expression a mix of confusion and discovery. "Eddie, this is weird," she said, her voice just above a whisper. "The ridge isn't reacting to sound anymore. The vibrational patterns have changed. It's reacting to memory." Eddie frowned, his brow furrowed in concentration. Memory. What does that even mean? Whose memory? The question hung in the thick air between them. As if in answer, a low thrum rose from the very stones around them. It started as a subtle vibration, building in intensity until it became a steady, rhythmic pulse. The sound wasn't just audible. They could feel it in their bones, a deep hum that resonated with the mountain itself. The needle on Eddie's compass, which had been pointing steadily forward, suddenly flickered wildly, spinning in a frantic circle before it stabilized again. This time, it pointed directly toward a narrow, dark crack in the rocks, just a few feet away. "There's something inside," Eddie said, his voice low. He leaned closer to the fissure, peering into the darkness. The thrumming grew louder the nearer he got. Harper crouched beside him, her tablet already scanning the opening. The pulse grew stronger still, its rhythm becoming clearer, matching the distinct cadence of footsteps that were not their own. It was the sound of someone walking this very path, long ago. "It's playing something back," Harper murmured, her eyes wide with awe behind her glasses. "It's an echo of whoever walked here last. The stones recorded it." Driven by a sudden impulse, Eddie reached out and placed his hand on the rock surface near the crack. The moment his palm made contact, a sudden, shimmering projection flared to life across the stone face, a shoulder blurred, translucent figure hurrying along the ridge, moving with an urgency that was almost tangible. The shape was indistinct, a ghostly outline against the ancient rock. It flickered for a few heart-pounding seconds, then vanished as quickly as it had appeared, before they could make out a single detail or recognize a face. A profound silence fell over the ridge once more. Thrumming, pulse faded away, replaced by the same heavy stillness they had felt before. "That was no accident," Eddie said softly, his hand still resting on the cool stone. He could feel a faint, residual energy. Someone didn't just walk here. They used this place to leave a record. A message. Harper gently tapped the stone with her knuckle. It felt inert now, just a normal rock. The ridge stopped because it showed us everything it could, she concluded, her analytical mind piecing it all together. The playback is over. Just then, the compass needle in Eddie's hand, which had been pointing at the crack, twitched again. Slowly, deliberately, it turned, pointing away from the rocks and toward a twisting, steep descent on the far side of the ridge. The path forward was clear. Eddie took a deep breath, the cool mountain air filling his lungs. A sense of purpose settled over him. Whatever they wanted us to find, whatever that message was leading us to, we're getting closer. With a shared look of determination, they started down the new path, following the compass needle downward. They left the ridge behind, a silent sentinel guarding the memories now imprinted on their own minds. The mystery was deepening, pulling them further into its heart with every step.